live. Just gonna post it. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna get another streamer. I mean commentator. Revlog is gonna join.
Wait, who's gonna join?
Revlover Ocelot.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be another commentator. We're gonna invite him. Yep. And I'm gonna request. Do you have him added? If not, I'll just suggest it to you. Alright, I'll suggest. There. He's in the lobby now. And I sent you the suggestion.
Yep, I just did it. Alright. I'll just share the stream to the chats real quick and then I'm good.
Hello.
So I think we're just waiting for both teams to ready up, right?
And introduce the thing. I'm just waiting on Arctic. Oh, Thomas here. Captain. Okay, there. Both teams are ready. We can start.
Right. And this is week 3, right?
Week 3, yep. First game of week 3.
Alright. First game, week 3, Ascendance versus Arctic Melons. First map will be Hanamura. And I already missed the winter map of it. Feels bad.
Oh yeah, we're not using the witch map.
I know, I miss it. It's nice. It looks nice.
You should be allowed to, in your custom games, use custom variations of the maps that they've released.
Instead of it just being...
Like you should be able to do Halloween or Christmas or whatever.
That'd be nice. Come on, Blizzard. Make it happen. We know you're watching, Jeff.
Ready for battle.
Both teams so far looking to not run goats. It's always nice to see something that isn't goats. I almost forgot what other team comps were.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
We're basically seeing Reinhardt and Hog like every map as a tank duo. And a lot of people not very familiar with that tank duo. You don't generally see that. Or at least before the season, that is.
5, 4, 3,
Raymond Man on the soldier should be able to deal with the pharmacy coming out for Ascendant.
Looks like Dominator's gonna look for a cheeky charge. He's gonna get it.
Whoa.
It's the Reinhardt.
Did you get the
It does
Reinhardt?
fall
That was a
immediately.
good. That was a good hit.
Oh, but Nighthawk does take out Soldier, so they can heal the Pharah.
That was a big hook though from Blueberry. Gets 2 actually. And even with the early pick, they managed to steamroll the rest of the point. It'll be a late stagger onto the Reinhardt. To say that, Roadhog's here with him as well.
Starting over
Looks
from
like
the beginning.
Poetic is kind of evening up, taking out Junkrat and Ryan.
Rhodey will fall. Be a bit of a late stagger, but managed to bleed out a little bit more of the clock. And Ascendance with the early cap.
objective A captured. New defense point. Objective B.
Not a lot of ults coming up for either side. Poetic does have that pulse bomb. They are nearing a couple of ults for Arctic on that defense. Bear does get slapped immediately woken up. The car comes out. Looking for the Mercy. They does get bats.
Both supports are down for Ascendance. They gotta regroup here.
That'll be a reset. Nighthawk just does get a little bit of ult charge though for getting the kill on the Devil Slayer. And he
Now
immediately
Poetic
switches
is
off.
switching over to Soldier.
And now running the double hit scan on the defensive side. Devil Slayer choosing to forgo the Junkrat spam. Trying to help deal with Nighthawk a little bit more. Very close to that barrage. Shatter comes out, doesn't get anything. Barrage gets 1, but does get stunned out. A good hook though, and Connor able to take out Nighthawk. And that'll be another reset for the defense, it looks like. As I say that, Bat went for the With a very aggressive res, unfortunately does pay for it with his life. Bit of a late stagger, unfortunately. They still do have 5.5 minutes in the time bank. So not a complete loss for them.
And alts have remained fairly consistent. Like, no one's really had more alts than the other team, and they're all kind of at the same point.
I'm here.
That's a very late stagger on the Blueberry. Just falling off the edge, trying to reset, it seems.
Oh, he's
If
switching.
Poetic isn't careful, they're gonna get himself and Bats staggered.
As I said, that Blueberry does switch over to the Diva. And Nighthawk switching off the Pharah over to the Reaper.
I like the Reaper switch.
It's not a terrible pick, but you do have a lot of long-range damage still running the double hit skin on the defense.
Oh,
Ooh,
And an unfortunate DC.
let's see if Poetic can get an angle here.
Not gonna have much of an angle with where Raymond Man is at the moment.
Well, he had an angle for about a split second. I think if he'd went ahead and popped it rather than trying to get a little bit of damage in first, he may have had it. But being 5v6, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, especially with no shield tank. And sends back.
looks like they're gonna wait for her to get back.
Yeah, they have to at this point. They need the shield tank, especially with the whole team having it all their ults.
Yeah. Blueberry switching off the Diva and going over to this area.
We've got a May as well.
Shadow comes out, gets quite a few, gets the whole team. Coalescence coming out in response as well as the whole hog.
Yeah, that's another reset for Ascendance.
Probably didn't need whole hog, but he did have the follow-up damage and it was necessary, so
Still have 3 ults though.
works out for them.
Much better.
3 ults on both sides.
Senpai almost nearing that Earth Shatter. They have quite a few ults though for Ascendance. And Nighthawk choosing to switch over to the Diva this time instead of the May.
Where does it hurt?
Could be potentially switching off to Goats with Poetic after he uses that Technical Visor. Early Valve comes in. Support's being used on both sides. High Noon gets
Nice
shut down by
shutdown.
Poetic. Another good shatter, gets 3 of them. And they have the
They're
necessary
just
picks
trading
for
right
the
now.
moment. Picks going in favor of the defense though. They do have their respawn advantage. Shatter comes out, does it manage to connect? Coalescence being used as well for the defense. They do have some purchase on the point though. And picks starting to come in slowly. Blueberry has that Graviton Surge. Gets a couple into it. Fuel Bomb comes out as well. Doesn't get anything. Tactical Visor coming out just as insurance. Getting everyone off the point. Double Slayer coming out. Oh, as I say that, Poetic shuts down Raymond Man with the Tech Visor. Double Slayer coming in just to contest as a hamster. Don't really have anything to test the soldier on the high ground, but they're just trying to bleed out the clock. A huge pin though from XZ Dominator. Pick still going in favor of the attacking side though.
And Bats popped Valk, so keep it Sin alive throughout that whole push. So
It seemed to be a bit of a staggered fight. Picks going in favor of the defense, and they were able to bring it back because they had beefier tanks.
Well, that and Bats was able to pull off a res onto Sin that kind of helped even the tides, giving them back their shield tank and a Reinhardt. I think Bats was really key on that ending push, being able to pop off at least a couple reses on the point or right before they were able to turn the odds.
Yeah, Valk very crucial, being able to keep everyone alive. But Arctic did manage to bleed out quite a bit of time. The time bank they had at one point like 5.5, 6 minutes. They bled down to just over a minute.
Ready for battle.
Well, we'll see Goats versus the Bastion.
Bastion Soldier. You have definitely enough shield break with that comp, and then you've got Walton on the Brig. And then D.Va can contest the high ground and the low ground if need be. With this Goats comp specifically, they could just use her to kind of keep the point contested, should they choose to rotate directly to it.
Didn't take long for Ghost to show up.
Nope. Perhaps I spoke too soon earlier. Okay, we'll be choosing to run the Moira Goats though, instead of the Zenyatta Goats, which is usually a preferred variant. Bit more damage output there. They are choosing to rotate to the top high ground here.
It's gonna make things difficult for Bastion.
Yeah, he's gonna have to rotate to get a better line of sight. The Dominator does fall first. Bats gets the res onto Walton. And the pick's just going in favor of defense for the moment. That does fall, unfortunately. Does fall off the map. I don't know if he was booped or not. But they will be down without their main support for the moment. So Arctic does have a chance to potentially push this. And unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be switching to the Goats. Oh, as I say that, yeah, they do have the Junkrat now. Looked like they were going to be sticking to a Dotes of some kind, but they do have the Junkrat. Still trying to take the high ground though.
Say it looks like they're trying to get a dive on Poetic. Poetic's got to be careful. He's getting dove from behind.
He does leave Bats though. Bats by himself. Doesn't get caught out by the XC Dom. Coalescence and Rally being used here. XC Dominator dives onto the Bastion, but he doesn't die. Very, very low though. He does pop the tank ult. Has the visor coming out as well. And it looks like for the moment the defenses hold, even without their main support. The charger being used as well. A bit late with the supercharger, but it ends up working out for them. They do get the team fight. And I'm honestly surprised they were able to win that without the main support. They literally only had Brigitte for heals, or the soldier.
I think it's because Arctic didn't really have a sustainable shield. Winston used his shield to try to dive from behind, so they didn't have anything to stop the Bastion ult, the soldier ult.
Yeah. That, and I think it took them a little bit too long to switch over to what they were wanting to. And that gave Mercy enough time to come back. The bomb comes out for Arctic, doesn't get anyone. Just zones him off the point for the moment. Bastion set up on the high ground. Melts through him and man in that D.Va. Riptire comes out. Riptire gets 3 though! Huge Riptire from Devil Slayer.
That was a big problem for Poetic. The Riptire was coming for him and he ran it back to Brig and Mercy there.
Sound Barrier being used by Ginza. D.Va Bomb comes out, doesn't get anything. Primal even being popped by Exodom. He gets deleted though with that Bastion. And they get picks and they have people coming back, reinforcements coming in.
Very nice boot by Walt. Oh, he couldn't stop himself from getting booped though. He clipped the wall a little too low.
It's still in favor of the defense for Ascendance. Reinhardt charges in, gets Blueberry. But I believe that'll be it. So he cleaned up, and that's a full hold for Ascendance. Ascendance will take map 1.
Play of the game.
This will be that huge rip tire. And unfortunately was not enough to get them the point.
Triple.
I think that's probably the first time that we've seen a Bastion comp, the bunker comp, actually work very effectively against goats. Typically goats, and even dotes of any kind, generally you're able to just swarm the Bastion and, you know, take care of him like that, or at least force them to reposition. But it seems that they just didn't have enough pressure on them. See if we'll have any subs coming in for either team. Looks like we do have a couple of subs coming in. Toxic Grandpa coming in for Senpai. DJ coming in for Hawk. Looks like we're just waiting on Arctic Melons.
Yep, waiting on rock check.
Alright, only one sub coming in this time. For Arctic. Tommen will come in for Dom. Both teams are ready. Let's get into map 2. King's Row. Everyone's favorite hybrid map.
Now entering King's
Also very, very prominent goats map. There's honestly like a lot of different combinations you can really run here. I think bunker comp probably doesn't work doesn't work that good on this map specifically, but I feel that you can basically run just about anything else because you can run double snipers, run goats, dive, basically everything you can think of. And fairly dominant on this map. A lot of open sight lines. Let's see what both teams will be running this time.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming.
Ascendance on the attack. Blueberries choosing to go with the Widow. Let's see, I was about to say Tom in the defensive Pharah, a bit of a questionable decision on that one. Nope, as I say, switches off the Reaper even, goes over to the Widow. And Rainbow Man onto the Bastion.
5, 4, 3.
I'm running a semi-bunker here, let's see how this works out for them.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
We strike this once. I've got
Blueberry does fall early. That gets the res off, but DJ does fall in turn. So I say that Blueberry gets Ginja. And it's 2 early picks for the attacking side. And then not behind the shield does fall to Blueberry. And the fence will crumble. Ascendants take it in the second fight. They're gonna have a very solid time bank for them.
Objective lost.
Just under 5.5 minutes. Tommen switching over to the Ash. Raymond onto the Tracer.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
And for sight being popped. Blueberry taking a very aggressive stance here. Does get quick on the Tommen though.
DJ with a nice pick.
DJ on that Jake Rat. Only ults available right now for the moment is Bats and Foxy Grandpa. Raven Man managing to take down Blueberry, but it looks like thought that was going to be able to get the res off, but unfortunately not. Early Vault comes out for Bat. Grab catches quite a few. Shatter in return doesn't get anything.
And a return grab.
Return grab gets a couple, and they do have the follow-up damage. Ascendance does. Blueberry getting a couple. And they just keep on rolling through the second point. And then switching over to the McCree. They'll have about 3 ults on the defensive side. Could potentially nano Bob here. Early pick on the Poetic. That's able to get the res off. He does have that Rip Tire. Paladin popped early to keep everyone alive. Good. Shatter gets 3. Just managed to get 1 killed. Tire doesn't catch anything. Bob comes out.
Gets 2 there.
Bob managing to do something there. Connor hearing that grab, so that does get it. They'll be having both support ults online. That gets the res off to Poetic. Grab gets a couple. We managed to take both out, along with the Coalescence. That'll be another fold for the defense here. Common with the late pick on the bat. Bat popping Valk just to get out of spawn and back to the team quicker. A good anti. Jay just fall. Counter Shatter gets 3. But Bat able to get the res on the DJ. William, for the moment, the offense just keeps rolling. Grab doesn't really get anyone, but they do get the cleanup. And the shutdown onto the high noon from DJ.
I say Ascendance is still pushing forward. But
They do have B to work with.
Arctic does have the respawn advantage.
They could potentially get very aggro here with the beat if they want to. It looks like that'll be just that.
Ooh, nice
Blueberry
high noon.
gets 2, Dragon with...
Genji blade.
Dragon gets 2 as well, that's a team kill. They just cap it. Minus a couple of solid holds early after the second point cap. The defense just unfortunately not able to do enough. And Ascendance finishing with just over 3 minutes in the time bank.
Initiating match.
Well then. Never actually done the free camera roam down here. That's actually cool. How far down can I go? Whoa. Dude, I'm going far down here. Jeez.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in
Very interesting setup for the defense here, looking to go with the triple tank. It's a very odd combo of tanks here. You generally don't see Roadhog over the Diva.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be interesting for the hooks. But it's going to be a little bit difficult for the Widow pick, because really you only have the 2 supports and the Junkrat to really get a nice clean headshot off of.
Yeah. There will be Junkrats on both sides though. It looks like they could potentially just go for the early pick with the Roadhog pick. You put all the damage into the hook target and then boom. Blueberry then just take out Tommen. Laser will fall. Old Zarya is very highly charged at the moment. Charge comes in. Doesn't manage to get the kill though. As I say that, Raymond does take out Poetic. Double will fall. That's actually dies to Tommen trying to go for the revs. DJ falls as well, and Pick's going in favor of the attacking side. Arctic could potentially push this. The unfortunate pick onto the Zenyatta there. Blueberry gets one and pulls out Whole Hog. Does fall though. Coalescence keeping everyone alive for the moment. Guard comes out. Both Riptires coming out, and both Riptires getting cancelled. And a very, very questionable grab there from Poetic.
Nice res by Bats.
A very questionable grab from Connor as well, but he is highly charged, so a good boop though from Raymond Man. Does manage to startle the Reinhardt enough where he doesn't get out a good shatter. The Blueberry off the Roadhog onto the Tracer. Hog's Grandpa falls low. Does fall. It's 2 tanks down. DJ does fall on the Doomfist as well. Tracer recalls, unfortunately, into a trap. Does fall.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Slightly less of a fast attempt from Arctic, but they do get the cap. Like just under 4 minutes. Full supportals online for Ascendance. And DJ is choosing to switch over to the Reaper.
Blueberry winning the Widow battle.
Does get that early pick. Tire comes out as well for the attacking side. Does manage to get Poetic.
But that's reses.
Res will be on cooldown. Still do have Transcendence to work with here. Shatter gets 2. Actually gets 3, I'm sorry. Unfortunate grab there from Connor. Doesn't manage to grab anyone. DJ does fall. He is nearing that Blossom. Defense holding for the moment.
Огонь по готовности.
And then does fall. Shatter comes in, gets quite a few. Transcendence keeping everyone alive for the moment. Blossom gets 2 though. And the defense will clean up the fight.
No one can hide from my sight.
DJ looking to flank here. Does get the early Wraith form pushed out of him though. Both licenses coming in. The guy gets the early pick on the Blueberry. Sunberry in response. Arctic looking to push this. Shadow comes in, doesn't catch anyone. Picks going in favor of Arctic.
Starting to clean up now.
They do expend a couple of ults. But they do manage to get the point. They are already at a deficit though compared to the time bank of Ascendance. So they will need a solid 3rd point here in order to have a decent chance. Ascendance looking very dominant here in this matchup. Very on the McCree this time. Raph gets a couple, but Transcendence keeping everyone alive. Shatter gets a couple. Picks trading back and forth for the moment. And it looks like the offense still rolling for the moment. Grab comes in. Death Blossom comes in, but the Shatter cancels the Death Blossom.
That was a big play there.
Huge play from Devil Slayer. Picks going in favor of the offense for the moment. And it looks like they will be able to finally cap this 3rd point. They do, with just over a minute and a half. Both teams managing to push it the full distance.
Score 3-3. Initiating match.
One shot, one kill.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Let's not waste time.
Arctic choosing to potentially go with the triple tank setup with the Widow. See how long they stick onto the Widow, Tommen. Potentially just picking it for the early pick potential. Could potentially get DJ on this Pharah though. They will be running the Bastion though.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
They don't have an Orisa shield, so I'll get the Foxy Grandpa and the Reinhardt to shield him. Say that Tommen switches over to the Brig. Looks like we will be running goats here. Chard comes in, gets Walton, unfortunately. Both Lucio's out of the fight, though. It's trading out at the moment. We get the res on the Blueberry. He falls in turn, though. For the moment, the defense is holding, but they do not have numbers or spawn advantage.
Yeah, I don't know if they really had the healing available to run a Bastion and a Pharah.
Yeah. Bad switching over to the Moira just to get back quicker, it seems. It also didn't help that Lucio did get picked off very early in the fight. It was just an unfortunate pin from Devil Slayer. Does pick him off early. They managed to cap the point there. 30 seconds left. And Tommen choosing to forego the rally with the Brig. Switches over to Pharah. DJ on the Reaper this time. Blueberry going with the May this time. Foxy Grandpa does have that Earth Shatter though. Maywall comes in. Doesn't really do a lot. Poetic does fall to the self-destruct. Shatter comes in, gets a couple, but the counter Shatter as well gets one. And for the moment, the attacking side of Arctic will keep rolling. Could potentially get a couple more staggers here. They're nearing Blizzard. They do have both supports on the defensive side. They have to sustain for the moment. Both supports coming out.
Justice reigns from above.
Barrage comes in, doesn't really get anyone. Picks are going in favor for Arctic. Blossom doesn't get anything, unfortunately, for DJ.
They are going to be able to push this to the second point, it looks like.
They do have a good combo, though, in the Grab Blizzard for the defense, for Ascendance. So this could potentially win them the fight. They do just need one fight. Blizzard coming out, but it gets eaten! Raymond Man eats the Blizzard! Shatter comes in, gets a couple, and this fall. Pick's still going in favor.
And they do have a Diva Bomb, and they're about to have Beat Drop.
Pick's still going in favor of Arctic for the moment. See if Raymond Man's able to get anything else with that Diva Bomb. Blueberry falls on the Tracer. DJ switching off to the Roadie. Yvonne comes in. Doesn't get anything. Beat comes out in return, but he does fall off the map though. Both grabs being used. And Arctic Melons managing the full push. A cap once again.
Score 6-3. Switching sides.
I like what they were trying to do on the side
Initiating
excuse me, of Arctic. Raven Man threw in the Diva Bomb, and Devil Slayer was looking to use the Earth Shatter to get everyone on the ground so they can get a good combo. Unfortunately, Earth Shatter didn't hit anyone, and the Reinhardt was able to keep the shield up, but it wasn't enough. As the defense falls,
Ready for battle.
and Arctic manages to push it in again. Bit of a better time bank though for Ascendance. See if they're able to capitalize on it.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Look at this team. We're gonna.
And it looks like we have Moira Goats in for the attacking side. And an interesting double tank triple support with Rayman Man on the Junkrat for the defense.
5, 4, 3, 2,
See how that works out playing for them.
defend objective
That should be better.
I'm under attack.
Well supports and the DPS down early on the defense.
Looks like Ascendance is starting to even it up.
Ascendance gets a very strong first push and able to take the point.
Blueberry out there getting some late kills.
Get into position.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Moving the payload. Join me.
I require assistance.
A fat Earth Shatter, but quite a few ults being used for Ascendance. You use 3 ults there, but they will have both support ults, or 2 more support ults, excuse me, coming online along with the Graviton Surge. It looks like they will be able to cap second point fairly easily. Defense not able to contest it.
Огонь по готовности.
A good Graviton Surge from Poetic.
Nice
Good.
charge.
3 kills, gets 4 actually. Fox Grandpa does. And
If
potential
they're
late
good
stagger.
with they're good with their support ults, they may have enough here to give them the push they need to take it all the way.
They could also potentially take it with some more time in the time bank.
30 seconds.
Both fellas being used. Early pick on the Rainbow Man. A good Shatter gets 3. Graviton Surge comes out for Connor. Unfortunately, not the follow up that
There's
they
a tire.
wanted.
See if the tire can do anything. No.
Can't. Just under 10 seconds left.
Feels bad.
Score 6.
That tire would have wiped the point.
Sides.
Yep. 8 seconds more
Initiating match.
that Ascendants have. But both teams managing to just roll over the defenses for both teams. See if it'll happen again.
Yeah, let's get to 12 and 12. Let's just keep it going.
Ready for battle.
Let's not and say we did.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Tommen potentially gonna switch over to the Pharah. Because Razor is on that Mercy. And Moira Goats for the defensive side, without the Diva this time. Blueberry on that Roadhog.
60 seconds remaining.
Yep, do have Pharmacy on the attacking side. This could potentially work out for them. Pharmacy is, generally speaking, very good against goats.
There isn't really
goats.
any long-range DPS that can really deal with it.
Well, generally you would have the Diva, but Blueberry could potentially be the one to do so. As I say that, he does get pinned, and does get taken out immediately. Huge first pick.
What they've got to do is try to wipe the rest of the team out, and then leave just the Pharmacy left behind for them to deal with. Although Poetic does get Mercy out of the equation.
Both two supports down. Picks so far going. Ooh, Barrage and Shatter. Good combo, gets the rest of the people that were on the point. And it looked very shaky there from Arctic, but they do manage to potentially cap. If Ascendance
Looks
chooses
like
not to push
Ascendance
this.
backs up.
They choose to not push it. And all they need is one team fight. No ults online for either side. As I say that, Bat does get the Coalescence. Connor will be getting that Graviton Surge. Ult economy in favor. Sorry,
I
go
would
ahead.
say if Bats is careful with his fade, he can fade out of the grab to keep his team alive when Connor grabs. They are running the Bastion now as well.
Yep. Very questionable decision, but the Soundbarrier keeping everyone alive there. Shatter gets 3 though. Razor goes for the rest, but does die. It's just a 3v3 on the point right
Bats
now.
keeping as many people alive as he can.
Rock being popped by Razor just to get back quicker. Picks going in favor of Arctic. Ninja even switched off the Zen and over to the Hamster just to try to get back quicker.
Now Ascendance does have ults.
They do. But if Raymond Man can stay alive and keep his team alive with that sound barrier, could be crucial. Both Shatters online for both teams. All ults being used here. Okay. Connor falls early. Razor, it looks like Pick's going in favor of Ascendance this time. Looks like they will be able to clean up the fight.
Looks like that may be as far as I go.
Well, at least we are not guaranteed another round.
7, 6.
That much is certain. As to which team will actually get it to that second point, I have no clue at this point, because both defenses have been very, very, very
This
suspect.
also means that we are guaranteed a winner.
That is also true. There is no draw at this point. It's only a win or a loss. Let's see if Ascendance can do anything with that. 8 extra seconds. What flavor of the month is it, ladies and gentlemen? Moira Goats.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
Potentially a very good counter pick on the defense here. Ginja on the Mei and Rain Man on the Reaper. I do also have the Zenyatta, so they do have the advantage in damage.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
A wall comes in, gets 3 people separated. Take out Fox Grandpa. Poetic will soon fall after. Bat managing to get out with his life.
I will protect the innocent.
Blueberry switching off. As I say that Bat switches off as well, they go pharmacy.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Critic backing around the corner. Charge comes in, doesn't get anything, but Devil Slayer does die. And they don't have a mercy for the res either. Offensive Coalescence being used by Razor. Does get 2. That's managing to bring back Foxy Grandpa though. Pick still going in favor of the attacking side though. And Ascendance will cap.
Thanks for the assist.
Blueberry does have the barrage. And DJ could potentially use the sound barrier aggressively to keep everyone alive. And a man on the soldier this time.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Blueberry potentially looking for a cheeky barrage here.
Fire at will.
Huge grab. Barrage gets 4!
That is play. That could be the difference in winning this game.
I believe that is game. I don't think that the defense will be able to get back in time. They don't have the sustain. I believe that's it. Off the back of a huge barrage and a huge grab, Ascendance take map 2. Very lengthy map 2 to take it nonetheless.
Play of the game.
Impeccable.
34k healing. To be fair, that game did go a lot longer than just one push each, but still. 34k healing. Jesus, man. That was ridiculous. Insane amount of healing there. F3 will be Ilios. See if we have any subs. like we do have a few subs coming in for Ascendance. And Pi will be coming in for Poetic. Hawk will be coming in for Walton. And Naya will be coming in for Blueberry. I think, I think they mean Annihilator. Which is at the very bottom of the spectators.
Now arriving at Ilios.
Looks like both teams are good, and we go to Ilios.
Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round
Common
one.
coming out with the Ash. Senpai on the McCree. DJ on that Doomfist. We don't see Doomfist a whole lot. He has pulled it out a couple of times this map, or this match only not too much success. See if it works out better for him this time.
The objective is now
Ninja God trying to get an early boop. Doesn't actually
Connor
do
with a
anything.
nice hook.
Connor does fall though. Foxy Grandpa pulls him in with the halt. Early coalescence from back. They do have the early picks. Ascendance. Take
I
the
am
first
interested
team
to see
fight.
Sin on the Junkrat. I haven't seen that a lot. Used to normally seeing like a McCree, Reaper, or Rhine, so this is gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah, she did start on McCree, but as you said, choosing to switch over to the Junkrat. She does get the early pick on the Razor though. Genja with the cheeky spot up here at the top. See that he just fall down with the rest of his team.
Meteor strike.
Tama does fall early. Meteor strike comes in. Doesn't manage to get anyone. DJ does fall. Annihilator as well. Both tanks down for Ascendance. It looks like Arctic will be able to take this point. Common switching over to the Pharah instead of the Ashe. But 71% accrued for Ascendance. Oop. The hook connects but not able to get away.
Sen switching off the Junkrat even though she's about to have Tire. Feeling that they need something to counter that Pharah.
He comes out in response to Tire. Both colons, both feet being used, but both support ults being used for Ascendance. And it's not enough, unfortunately. Senpai does get one. DJ with another. But the pick's still in favor of Arctic. Now late stagger onto Senpai.
Nighthawk switching over to Zenyatta. DJ switching to Reaper. Now the problem Ascendance is having is they're losing a lot of ult charge with these switches. Both Sin, Nighthawk, and DJ switched with a good portion of ult built up. Sin though taking out, and DJ taking out Razor.
Both hogs down from the fight. Looks like Ascendance might be able to bring this one back. I didn't even notice, but Devil Slayer switched over to the Winston. He's gonna have a fun field day with DJ on that Reaper. Does fall. It's potentially last team fight for both teams. Genja, a late stagger onto Genja. I don't know why he wasn't with his team. That was a poor stagger.
What's going to be interesting is Sin may have Bob as well.
She could potentially throw it out right now if she chooses. She does. Bob gets hooked into the well though. But DJ gets two with the Death Blossom. And Ascendance takes first point. That's the only unfortunate thing with running Bob on this map, because Genja booped him closer to the well, and then the Roadhog Annihilator, I believe, or Connor, excuse me, just hooked him off and into the well. So unfortunately, Bob not really been able to do anything there.
Sen going to Sim. What's good about this one is Sim is actually a really good pick based on who their team comp is. Only really the Winston can really deal with it a little bit.
Quite a few picks though in favor of Arctic.
Arctic did a good job of separating. Ascendance.
Reaper, DJ immediately switching over to the Reaper. He will be able to deal with both tanks though rather well, because we know with Hamster he is very susceptible to Reapers and to Sombras.
Time to raise my APM.
DJ does fall early. Blade comes out. Just managed to get that.
Annihilator getting some kills.
Time to raise my APM.
Common contesting as long as they can.
And now Ascendance does have a lot of ults here. Arctic on their way to getting some as well.
Matrix activated.
Forcing out the early recall on the Tommen. A lot of ults being used on both sides. Self-struck gets 2. Four ults, I believe actually potentially 5 being used on the side of Ascendance, so.
Yeah, so they are going to be down about 3 ults when the next team fight starts, but they are going to be ahead on capture percentage. Now it's just going to turn into an ult management battle.
Devil Slayer off the Winston, chooses to go back over to the Reinhardt. He comes out aggressively. Dragon Blade, Devil Slayer gets 2 though. Gets 3 actually. They're able to clean up the fight. Potentially one team fight win for Ascendance, and they will take the map and the series. Arctic have a bit of a hill to climb. And bring this one back. And this time Fox and Grandpa choosing to switch over to the Winston.
Taking off. Forward
You get the early pick on the Tommen though. Jay does have that Death Blossom. DJ with the Death Blossom gets 3
And that may
huge
be all she
blossoms.
wrote.
I believe that will be all she wrote. I don't know. Tommen will be able to contest for the moment.
Even by enough time for Genji to get back.
Bought enough time for the reinforcements.
Sin taking him out as soon as he comes in.
Beat comes in. Fortunately, just a tad late. Save. Right tad late. Let's see. I think the wrong team. Just a baby diva, and that will be the series. Ascendance win it 3-0. This is a typical tell of, oh, it's a 3-0, they got stomped. It's not the case exactly. Because
No,
all
this
3
was
of these maps were
competitive.
very, very close.
Look at the just King's Row, how long we went through that.
Yep, that was fun.
Double, triple, quadruple. Epic.
Alright. Poetic will be coming in for DJ. Mega will be coming in for Nighthawk. DJ. Looks like we'll be coming back in for Foxy Grandpa. Dom in for Ginja. Devil Slayer in for Dodo. Or Dodo in for Devil Slayer, sorry. Alright, I have to do something real quick, so should the game start? Revolver, SE, it is on you guys. I will be right back
Yeah,
shortly,
we're
as quick
about
as
to
I can.
start.
Okay, well, I kind of have to do this. Sorry.
Okay.
Welcome to the jungle. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming.
So this is an interesting start to map 4. If the teams come out with their current comps.
Looks like Ascendance is going triple DPS. What? Wow.
Attackers incoming.
I'll take a stick
Looks
with
like
their
both
team
teams
comp.
are going triple DPS.
Yeah.
Poet gets picked off. Along
Big
with the
frog, big-
Hanzo.
Hammer man with 3 ticks.
So it looks like Arctic may get this point.
Yep. Conrad is uncontested in his Widow. So, Ascendance is going dive now. Dive tank with triple dive DPS.
No one can hide from my
Poet does pick off Connor. Then gets picked off. And it looks like this approach is working for Ascendance as they're making their way to the second point.
Good pick by Raymond on. So this is
What's gonna be interesting is Ascendance does have a lot of alts here. Huge EMP.
I'm just gonna go to Ascendance. That's the fight. It's gonna be a reset for Arctic. Good use of EMP by DJ.
I might need this later.
Just trading ults here. Looks like, oh, I was gonna say, it looks like Ascendance may be able to hold, but Arctic pushes up a little bit farther. Nice shatter.
Or like will switch to Zarya now. He's my P2 now. That's coming out on both sides. Perfect, not solo healing with Moira. Still have triple DPS. Perfect Virginia with the full weapons tonight.
It looks like Arctic may have Bob here as well in a second.
Pastel gets the res on Purifier.
Do something!
That's gonna secure that one for Arctic.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Boosters engaged. Booster on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload. This is what works. This is my will.
Nice
nice
charge
game by
by
Senpai.
Senpai. DJ coming up for a kill as well. They do get the res off.
Raymond trying to contest first team. But they will cap the
Nice
point.
couple of picks there. And that
Yeah,
was
good
a
pick from Mega Man.
bad pick to Shatter there. You got the kill, but they capped the point.
Yeah, I should have saved that Shatter.
They Connor going virtually uncontested for a little while up there.
Alright, boys, I am back. Sorry about that.
But
Get into position.
we're in round 2 right now with pick leading 3-0.
Nice EMP Shatter.
Very good.
They do use both the support ults though in that one.
Yep. They do cap this point. With 5 minutes on the clock. Oh, nice piglet to me.
Pick onto the Tommen. Dodo falls as well.
Here comes Diva Bomb.
Diva Bomb coming in. Didn't get anyone. Exy Dom does fall.
Arctic has not been able to stop this payload yet.
Alright, Arctic does have two ults though. They do have the Big Bang combo that I'm sorry, Ascendance does. Ascendance getting quite a few picks. Mega Man getting
Now
3
that's
or
gonna
4
be it
picks,
for
that's
this round.
right.
And Ascendance caps with a lot more time on the clock.
Oh yeah.
It was a very, very quick push.
Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Being double hit scan on the side of Arctic.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Not much change from Ascendance though.
They are running double hit scan on the attack though.
Stop the payload.
DJ on the Sombra. Was able to get some early damage in. Good pick on the Razor. Dodo gets the res off. The trade's going in favor of the defense. DJ just kind of pestering from the back. DJ manages to pick off Dodo. Dominator falling very low. Just fall. Sometime. Wilson's being used, Shatter being used as well. Managed to clean up the team fight.
there.
Wasn't necessarily needed, but it seems that they just wanted to confirm the final kills and get the stagger onto them.
Oh, nice stagger.
Dodo does get the res on the Dominator. Huge grab, gets 4. Lessons coming in as well. Get 2 picks. He's got 3.
That's gonna have to be at least at 4.
It looks like they may push the point all the way to the first point at least.
You're covered.
Oh, nice pay.
Ooh, and
Final.
too late.
Yeah.
Too late staggers.
I'd say
Just as they
need to
get back here.
out. Now, if I was Ascendance, I'd let them push this a little bit. Not even step out, not even give them any ults, and use your EMP, grab, dragon in the last like 5-7 seconds in order to clear the point.
DJ looking to drop down. Bob comes out. A lot of ults being used here. It's just Dodo.
Connor's still on
Dodo,
left.
Dodo falls. Connor,
Gonna do it
last
for the
man,
first.
doesn't. Just under 4.5 minutes, so for Ascendance to push it just past first point. A very tall task for Arctic here.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Same setup for Ascendance. On the attacking side this time.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
They're running double shield, and well, as I said, that Dominator switches over to the Roadhog, and then onto that Bastion. Mucker comp has worked out semi-well for them. They're gonna need a huge hold here, or at least burn out a lot of time here before Ascendance caps the first point. Get the early pick on the Poetic. There is no mercy on the attacking side for a res. They're able to hack the Roadhog. Hog doesn't fall though, unfortunately. Picks being traded out at the moment, more so in favor of defense. They say that they do lose their main tank. Raymond Man able to bring it back. Dodo fragging out. Raymond Man with a couple. DJ foregoing the Sombra, switching off to the Roadhog. They will run Ana Goats. Different flavor if you will. Zedom gets almost the early pick on the bat. Dragons comes in as a zoning, doesn't really get anyone. Both coalescences coming in. Tank mode being used. Gets 2. Gets 3. Gets 4. Before finally going down.
Into the iris.
And
Big push there.
a very late Transcendence though from Dodo. They have no support ults on the defensive side. That could come back to bite them. Nano comes out, Shatter gets a couple. Bob comes out in response. But unfortunately the damage has been done.
Sam Bastion got 1, but I don't think it was enough.
They potentially have one more chance to recontest. If they so choose.
This is my will.
Which it looks like they're going to. Really Fortify being used by Connor. Well, Connor and Dodo do fall as well. They have to die quickly here, otherwise this is just going to be too late stackers. And they're not going to be able to contest the last fight. I don't know that they'll be able to get back in time. That third,
They do have Lucio.
They do. And they do have Connor back with the Bastion.
Cease your resistance.
But it's going to be pushing it.
They have ults, so they may be able to.
Tanko comes out with the supercharger. Dragons comes in, doesn't get anything, just kind of zones people out.
Somebody needs to touch point. Okay.
Okay, picks are coming in favor for the defense for the moment. They still have 1 minute to defend.
And they only have to push it 6 meters.
And there are
It's
no
gonna happen
ultimates outside of the whole hog coming in for the defense. Meanwhile, you've got 2 tank ults and that nano boost coming in for Ascendance. Early picks.
I'm saying Dominator just
30 seconds.
stood in front of the shatter there. Really unlucky. I think he was looking to try to get the whole hog off, but
And that will be it for Ascendance.
Get into the
They take the series 4-0.
Play of the game. Double, triple.
to be expected.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know who to give MVP to. There were so many big plays from both teams, to be honest.
yeah, it's kind of a difficult decision there.
Raymond Man popped off. Blueberry popped off at times as well. And the Roadhog.
For Arctic, I'm gonna say Raymond Man.
Yeah, for Arctic, I'll say Raymond. For Ascendance, I'm thinking of maybe giving it to DJ.
I'm gonna have to pick Bats.
I was gonna say
Bats was my second point.
He was
yeah, I was gonna
consistently-
say it was hard for me to
Keeping up with the
pick
heal.
between Blueberry and Bats for
consistently
Ascendance.
did a good job with the heals in this game.
Yeah.
In like every map he played.
I
I
think
say
we're
then
all.
we go with Bats.
I say
for
we're all in
Ascendance.
unison with Bats as one of our top 2. So
So then Bats will say for Ascendance, and then Arctic will say Raymond Man.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this game.